Welcome back, guys, to Trails into Reverie, where last episode, the finale patrol continued from the Harbour District and into the IBC building before we reached East Street, checking out those in the apartments and on the road. We now touch base with the Bracer Guild.
There you are, Instructor. I've been wondering where you were. What's up? Hey, perfect timing. How so? We just managed to get in touch with the Bracer Guild HQ in Le Mans State. The Supreme Leader went and declared war, so now the Guild has to gather its forces and step in. That's another factor that puts how dire the situation is into perspective. The Guild's acknowledging that this relates to the entire continent by getting involved. Well, it's not like everyone here represents the Guild or anything. Some people just like to stick their noses into other people's business. Why, whatever do you mean? I merely thought it would be best if I could help the Bracer Guild and the Rhineford Group coordinate. The Rhineford Group would be more than happy to provide as much equipment and information as possible, naturally. I had to admit it, or hate to admit it, but that would be a huge load off of our shoulders. Even that special train they set up between here and the Empire was the work of Rhineford and Clyston Co., so I've got to hand it to them. I mean, the one bringing supplies in. Can't deny it's gone a long way at calming down the chaos in the city. Not that it will last. Things are only going to get worse until we do something about that tower. So it really stings if we can't expect any help from abroad soon. I know. HQ is one thing, but getting in touch with each country's branches has been tough with all the chaos. I wouldn't expect anyone to make it on their own, seeing as most mass transit is still down. Still, I'm not giving up just yet. I'll keep in touch with who I can reach to have us all on the same page. That would go a long way. Thanks, Mikkel. We're going to give it our all too. Exactly. Let's keep making our final preparations and not leave anything undone before we begin the operation. Good thinking. We should all make sure not to neglect our equipment either. I need more U-material. Lion Valley's right across the street, so we can drop by later to stock up. Got it. Let's get this done, people. The reason I hiccupped there was, of course, it did actually say Michelle's name out properly. It is Michelle. I've just never knew because it's not said it. The Bracers are all as dependable as ever, not that I expected anything less than the best from them. The only thing left now is to execute the plan. I shall of course lend you my aid however I can, meager though it may be. Actually, that reminds me that I got a hold of him recently. He let me know he's booking it to make it here as fast as he can. He might just make it with a little luck. Fingers crossed, it goes without saying that it wouldn't hurt to have him in our back pocket again. Sure. Can't help but wonder how things are going over the IBC. Shall I check on Tita for you? It's no trouble. I was already planning to meet up with Lady Elisa when we were done here. Thanks, but that's alright. I don't want to bother her when she's busy. You have to be pushy to show someone you're there for them. Whoa, that's pretty suggestive. My, how romantic. Oh, whatever. Think what you want. Anyway, you all had better be ready for this. There isn't going to be any turning back. Tita will be fine. She knows what she's got to do. You all had better be ready too. There's going to be no turning back. Just so you know, I have my bracers doing jobs to help around the city. They all have their reasons for coming back, but they've always had one thing in common. They want to protect Crossbell. No reason we can't all work together, right? We're going to stick this one out no matter what happens. I've just also realised, by the way, that if we're going to do the patrol of Crossbell and then the Reverie Garden has a patrol too, right? We're just layering patrols on top of each other, aren't we? Becky and Clyston Co. have both helped make it possible to finally start restocking at last. They partnered up with the Business Owners Association, and whatever they did, it paid off big for the rest of us. It all proves that business is nothing without making connections with the people behind them. Selling your Salmon Pecky again, I'll buy that. Every time I'm here, I buy another one. At least Trails is known for its short final dungeons. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to use the rocket launcher again, right, Mama? Damn straight. Make sure you hold on to the rudder, Jingo. This is a good chance for you to test your airship handling during mid-air combat. I can handle a dogfight. That thing looks pretty beefy, but I'm sure we'll be fine. I know they're talking about the same operation we are, but that doesn't make this conversation any less unsettling. Well, if isn't my favorite customers. So you guys are working with the SSS too? I suppose so. It's a long story. Good to be working with you again. Oh, look at that. All our guests of honor in one place. I'll even sell you the top shelf stuff, so be sure to take a look. Yeah, but make it quick. We've got prep work to do too, you know. Seeing as Mama and I are split off, I've got to decide how to put Cerberus to use. About time he started pulling his own weight. think I'll put him on support. I haven't trained him yet, but I bet he can man the Gatling gun if I ask him to. Anyway, now that that's settled, it's time to get this load aboard. I've kept Cerberus standing by, so I better contact him soon. You know, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, and I mean it in the nicest way possible, but the way you guys always manage to pull through is unreal, if mildly terrifying. I'm just imagining Cerberus saying, if you know what I mean. I've gone on my fair share of adventures with you, but this one makes the rest look like a walk in the park. We're in deep. Not that I think it's a lost cause. If nothing else, at least I'm putting the Argo for its paces. Just be sure to give him hell out there, alright? Least you can do while I'm busting my ass on the home front. Resupplying is going to be pretty tough once you enter that tower. Make sure you're ready as can be. The future's sort of riding on it. Yeah, but I need to, like, resupply my U materials first, which means I need to really go into the tower, don't I? The tower? No, I don't need to go into the tower. I need to go into the blooming... I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Tower would be the end. Supposedly the bargain bin looks safe. It's Gareth! Right, Gary? Good to see you, young master. You as well, SSS. I see you're here to prepare for the operation. Oh, hell, we really botched the timing if we're bumming into you guys. It's been a while since I've seen you, Zax. What, since the last independent scuffle a few years ago? Still too soon if you ask me. Come on, Captain, don't be like that. Not that I blame you after last time. Business is business, you know. Yes, but this contract has nothing to do with the young missile Commander Sigmund. That should be enough to satisfy you. So you're saying this is a job your squad took on personally? I haven't forgotten the Red Constellation were the ones who were contracted to attack Crossbell City and set it ablaze, but I also realize there are more pressing matters than what happened then. We'll take the firepower on our side, this time. My sentiments are the same. We'll borrow your talents as long as you don't intend to do any more harm to Crossbell. We can discuss how you could atone for your sins over 2 years ago after we've reclaimed our futures. Damn, you guys know how to hold a grudge. I have my own thoughts on Miss Orlando's actions, but either way, business is business. We look forward to working together. Plan is for us to provide backup during the operation. Don't worry, this is strictly business. We'll do our part as long as we're getting paid. I heard Garcia Rossi is helping out. He and I clashed constantly back in the day when he was running with Zephyr. I never thought we'd end up on the same side. Fate's got a funny way of working out. And we got a lot of Red Constellation, guys. The cast of characters and factions that we've come up against and like learned from and been part of now. Oh, I bet I can't go in the up-down district. The up-down, yeah, that'd be good, main mid. Puck was right. Giving away all our vanilla Yubeshi was the right move. I'm happy people are now paying for more, but more than that, I'm happy people like how it tastes. If you only sell something to make a profit, you're bound to sell nothing at all. It's better to sell something you love. I know it sounds obvious, but it's one of those obvious vital things you lose sight of after a while. I've literally done some entire like series of Let's Plays on that basis. Because I'm not capitalistically minded at all, but I have actually done some just like, We're sending out free vanilla Yubeshi is paying dividends because we've got more orders than we can handle. Only now we're fresh out of stock. I need to talk to our supplier ASAP. Like stuff like... Vanilla Yubeshi has this really nice, welcoming sort of flavor. It's hard to describe, but every time it puts a smile on somebody's face, it puts a smile on mine too. Stuff like, Bravely Default 2. Which is just full, it's just a... No. Musicians taking everything from that. That's just how it is. But I wanted to play it. I was holed up at home during the occupations, so you have no idea how much I've missed the grub here. But once I'm done eating, I've got to get right back out and make deliveries. Sucks, but there's no use complaining about it. You've got to work to eat. Ooh. Goodness, it's wonderful to see you all again. Duvalie informed us on the details of the meeting. We'll also be participating in the operation. That's great to hear. And you girls really stick out like a sore thumb. We can go wherever we want, thank you very much. Now what they say about fighting on an empty stomach? We were a threat to this land during Crossbell's last bid for independence. I won't allow anyone to disturb our master's final resting place. I swear it as the head knight of the Star Rider. We promise to lend our strength during this operation. Indeed, we may have crossed blades before, but we hope our strength proves useful, SSS. And the same goes to your friends in the sunglasses. Though if you waver even a little bit during the mission, I won't hesitate to plunge an arrow into your heart. Do what you must, but I assure you I do not intend to pull any punches. Understood. We count on you, Knights of the Star Ritter. Who'd have thunk we would someday team with them back when we fought them at the Stargazer's Tower? I certainly didn't, but I'm glad to have them on our side. I dragged your leader into a corner. By the way, Duvalie, about the operation. We have an idea. Do you mind if we head out after this? That's fine. What kind of idea did you have in mind? You'll see. They still haven't gotten in touch with us, so things are still up in the air. Sounds like the Star Ritter is preparing for the operation. We need to make sure we're ready too. I suppose I have no choice but to place my faith in you and all that, and that fool in the sunglasses. I expect you to lay your lives on the line for this, understood? Now go and wash your backs. Sure, I'm like, shall I put other people in the sunglasses now to get them labelled? I see we have a number of bracers joining us for today's operation. Between them, the SSS, and the man in the sunglasses, this is quite a unique group of people coming together. Yes. I figured I wouldn't be needing my armor for a stroll around the town. Judging by how you two are dressed, I'm not sure I should have bothered. At any rate, I'll be in top form for the operation. See to it that you do the same. Duvalie feels underdressed now. We're hearing from that. Oh, there's someone in here. This has been one crazy vacation. I really owe it to the owner for letting me stay here throughout it all. He must have been worried out of his mind for his missing daughter, but he showed me nothing but kindness the whole time. Food's been amazing for how little I paid too. This would be the best inn on the whole continent. Yeah, I bet. Can't believe how good they've been to me. One day I have to repay them for their kindness. It wouldn't sit right with me if I didn't. Just make this a regular holiday or something. Risha, it's really you. Looks like you brought the SSS and some friends too. Thank goodness. I was hoping to see your face when we came here, Shan-Shan. Yep, I came back with the speaker and everyone else once the city was liberated. Daddy is finally back to his old self thanks to you and your friends. I'm so happy. Please forgive me, Shan-Shan. I didn't mean to cause you so much worry. You too, Finn. I don't know what came over me. We're just glad you're back to normal, Master. Yeah, all we wanted was for things to go back to the way they were. At least it seems like the effects of the brainwashing have worn off. That's a huge relief. I'm in your debt, everyone. This isn't early enough to cover it, but please take these. Why, thank you. Wow, these look delicious. And fresh too. Hey, can I have some, can I? My word, at least sit down first. I heard this was all because the Supreme Leader was using some kind of dark powers, but it can't be that simple. It must also have been because I lack resolve as a chef, which is why I'm going back to basics and start my training over from scratch. This is your way of atoning for what happened, Master. In that case, I'll join you and do the same. Daddy is going to retrain himself. He might even become a more skilled chef than ever before. Yeah, just imagine it. Super swangy. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I think we're all looking forward to trying your father's new and improved cooking. I know you still have to fight, Risha, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried, but I know you can do it. I'll be waiting. Thank you so much, Shan-Shan. I'll be back before you know it. The owner's back to normal. Shan-Shan's home safe. I feel like I can finally breathe easy again. Not that there's nothing left to worry about, of course, but this is no time for chefs like us to be slacking. If the owner wants to retrain himself, I'll be right there with him. I believe in you more than ever, Risha. I'll be waiting for you to come home, okay? And good luck to the rest of you too. Make sure you'll come back safe and sound. I want to speak to you. I know Shan-Shan had a difficult time as well. I'm relieved that she's okay. Now is the time for me to retrain myself with the art of cooking. I'm going to go back to basics and truly reassess my drive as a chef and a man. Wait, how many recipes do I have? I didn't get one here. Oh my god, there's still like 8 recipes I need to find or get. Oh, to make it look better though, this wasn't far on the list, you know what I mean? So maybe I'm not missed any necessarily yet. That's a lot of recipes still to get. We haven't even done our mass cook-off yet. Oh, only missed 2 spots. There's a lot of recipes indeed. I guess West Street's planning a food drive while the Business Owners Association hands out supplies free of charge. Ain't it amazing how people can come together? We'd best do our part of the Fisherman's Guild while we're at it. The branch manager and the others went out to try and find ways to cooperate together through the power of fishing. I want to head over to the sandbar on Ursula Road if you want to catch them. And hey, if you do, lend a hand while you're at it, yeah? Appreciate it. Okay, so something's going on the sandbar. If I'm not mistaken, the branch manager and the others said they were going to the Sandbar and Ursula Road. If you happen to run into them, try to help them out. Sure thing. I've got enough fishing bait for days. And I think that's finally East Street done. There's a lot of recipes still to get, yeah. Though we do know that some recipes come within the corridor and all. So we just got to pray that that's where we're missing them. Funnily enough, you thought we've already done a ton of patrol, but now we're in the Central Plaza, which is one of the biggest spots.
The citizens are relatively calm for being so close to a large, dangerous weapon.
It was like that with the Azure Tree, and the days leading up to the last war, too. I think they just get that it's better to focus on how they can help rather than panic.
Humans are strong in the most unexpected ways.
You said it.
Say the joint creative beings. Right, so East Street's not got any new in it, nor does the Harbour or the Administrative District, so by the look of it, we're looking good. We, cleared those areas out. Should I go to Station Street first? Because it's smaller, and then come into here. I just can't get that image out of my mind. Talk about crazy. You see, just as I was taking a nap at a guest house, I was assailed by this intense light out of nowhere. I freaked out thinking I'd been caught in an explosion, but apparently it was some sort of beam fired off by that gigantic weapon. How terrifying is that? Shouldn't the rest of the staff of Michelin get the heck away? You see that thing super clearly from the guest house area. God, just remembering the experience is giving me chills. I've got to get out of here. Can't go in the station itself. Even though it's called Crossbell City Station on the map instead of Station Street now. I watched from the sidelines as you and the others liberated Crossbell. To say it shut my system is an understatement. Please leave city security and post-op cleanup to those of us in the Metropolitan Division. With the occupation over, Rhymes Deliveries is open for business again. I suppose I ought to get my stuff going and deliver the goods St. Ursula Hospital requested. Hey, get to work. See, the company I work at has been mixed up into tons of crazy situations. Working through a state of emergency is just par for the course for us. Trains? Things were still peaceful. Now would be the time of day when the trains would be coming and going like crazy. Tracks without trains to travel on them aren't even tracks anymore. I'm sick and tired of this city getting occupied. At this rate, who knows if train service will ever resume? Either way, I'm going to be the guy to get a picture of the first train to pass through, and no matter how long I've got to wait. Do you want me to go down there and walk along the track shouting choo-choo? Would that satisfy you? Cannot go in the geofront. Somehow I don't think it would. Alright, should we start with the SSS building and go from there? Well, I guess start with Garand. Well, if it's in the SSS in Class 7, quite the interesting group of faces you got tagging along with you too. If anyone's going to get the situation under control, it's probably the star-studded lineup you've got on your hands. I'll hook you up if you need new weapons for what's ahead. Just give me a holler. Get out there and show us what you're all made of. Thanks, Garon. That's the plan. Appreciate your assistance. It's going to take a star-studded lineup like yours to get the situation in control. You're giving us the hookup, are you? Shield Tomfer, supposedly better. By how much, though? A clear 100, to be fair. 100 strength, 100 defense. And Bullfighter is the early stuff. Striker mode only. Oh, wow, so you can get it for Cat Set Gunner with Juna. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Got Licked Armor, which is worse than our upgraded stuff in the first place. Set Gunner, 1450. It's not that much of an improvement. No, it's actually only 50. I read it wrong, but 100 defense. Set Whacker. That's what it is. There's got to be some dialogue for here, right? You're kidding me. No dialogue for walking in the SSS with the SSS? And everyone else being like, hey, we're with the SSS in the legendary SSS place. We can go to sleep in Lloyd's bed, I guess. And who wants to sleep in Lloyd Dobanning's bed? How do you think they piled on? I know they've got other rooms to go into, but still. Imagine all these people just all on top of each other. Is anyone actually even here? Seems like a big zero. I'm not as sure. Oh, it's an animal congregation. Celine should be here too. Hey, it's Light and Cop. Who are you and your furry and feathered friends? This is incredible. The mere sight of this scene is warm and fuzzy enough to make my heart melt. Greetings. These creatures wish to watch over your heroics. They were drawn to one another and became comrades. Though in the case of the one named Cerberus, he's here because his master told him to spread word about their store. He's just advertising. You don't say. They've always got you doing the weirdest jobs, huh, boy? That's Gaius' partner Zio. Is he trying to tell us something? This one in particular is quite sharp. Indeed, there is a fair wind blowing. Oh my god! Fair wind? Maybe Gaius would know. Fear not, you will understand when the time comes. Hey, I want to know how to talk to animals too. Let me join. Me too. I've always wanted to have a conversation with Cop. Can you dumbasses hear yourselves? We're in deep shit and you want to shoot the breeze with some animals. Oh, come on. They're more than just animals. They're our friends and allies too, you know. Well said. They may not be human, but they see themselves as your compatriots nonetheless. I myself was never meant to align with the interests of humans, but circumstances led to me becoming a police dog. Now it's my duty to stand with you all. I intend to protect this land's future. Thanks for always having our back, Zeit. We won't let you down. Mankind's strength will be what cuts forward a path to the future. It should be acceptable to lend my assistance as a police dog until that time comes. As always, my best wishes are behind you, SSS. The same goes for all of your comrades. Or our comrades. Do you think it would be nice to, like, lie down on Zeit? What's with Zeit's incredibly weirdly thin waist, though? All of a sudden, it's just like, fluff, 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 fluff. What? Thanks for the positivity. Ha ha. Oh, you're going to be in charge of watching the store for a little while, buddy. But no reason you saying that would make any sense, or should make any sense. Yeah, but it's true. Looks like Zio's all pumped up. Good, because he's as much a part of this next mission as we are. Yeah, you're an actual attack person. But to be honest, so's Zeit. We didn't actually use that when we got it, to be fair. Right, we're going all the way downstairs. Zeit clearly lived during the time corsets were very godly, divine corsets, yes. Okay. Central Square. Hi guys, I'm glad you're here. I want to say thank you because you're why I can be with Mummy and Daddy again. So thank you. We're so grateful to you for everything you've done. Couldn't put it better. You saved us so many times at this point and you give us the courage to keep going. And your kindness is the reason we can keep going. Really? Then I've got to thank you bunches more. I'll keep cheering you on. Hip hip hooray! Go SSS! Go Class 7! Everybody gets cheers. Wow, even us. I love it. I'm all fired up thanks to you. I wonder where Cop went. He was here just a second ago. Must have wandered back toward the SSS building at some point. I'll have to treat him to some delicious fish later for always keeping an eye on me while we're out. Hip hip hooray! Go everybody, I'm rooting for you! One of my MWL co-workers convinced me to come back home early. I thought Mimi would miss me more, so I was amazed to see how well she was doing. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm glad she's been so comfortable, and I'm sure it's because of you. And now that I think about it, we don't have the residential district, so the amount we've got on the patrol is actually lowering quite a bit in Crossbell's town, city. I got to know Harold while doing business on Armorica. Now we're business buds. Investing in him has been worth my while, let me tell you. He's not the only one worth his while, though. Whatever Crossbell needs, I'm here to help. Sure thing. Oh, thank goodness. It's so good to see you all okay. Good to see you're hanging in too, Harold. So you guys just make it back from mines. Yes, I was worried about the state of the city, so we came in to lend our support. Outside, I received an update from the Guardian Force. You're all turning your attention to that super weapon now that the city has been freed, is that right? It is. The situation is less than ideal, but we can't afford to give up yet. You all always have been so strong. I can't even begin to tell you how much that strength has saved me and my family. Here, I know it's not much, but I want you to have this. Potions. Goodness, there's so much. Thank you, Mr. Hayworth. We'll use it wisely. I can't help on the front lines the way all of you can. I'll do everything in my power as a trader to help people in the city. And if I know my fellow Crossbellers, they haven't given up yet either. I'm cheering for you all with everything I have. May Eidos be with you. Thanks. Crossbell hasn't given up yet, myself included. May Eidos be with us indeed. Let's get you because you're a walker. Feels like I've woken up from this awful nightmare ever since we were freed from the EDF. What about that tower, though? Think it could keep enemies shaking in their boots the way the Empire's railway guns have? No, I don't like that at all. I know it's for the good of Crossbell, but a weapon that can slaughter left and right sits awful with me. I truly hope the Supreme Leader rethinks using it. I mean, the Supreme Leader is a supreme scrap pile right now, to be perfectly fair. But is that AI can remake everything? I read the special issue of the Crossbell Times. Is there one? We've got all kinds of headache-inducing problems to deal with, but I was starting to feel a little bit of hope there. You know, Crossbellans aren't quitters, myself included. Nothing will ever be so bad that it'll knock us down for good. I'm always going to get up and sip this here coffee like it's a damn good day for change. I'm sure things will work out just fine. Don't need proof, I just know it will. I personally don't have a problem with weird or monster parts as ingredients, but customers are a different story. We can't lie to them though, so we're letting them know that it's a seasonal dish instead. As long as they don't ask what's in it directly, we can cut corners with that. Call it our way of being considerate. Oh really? What if they love it? The more I learn about weird or monster parts or ingredients, the crazier it gets. They can even be in confectionaries. I can't let Celtio leave me in the dust. I have to polish my skills as a patissier. Oh my god. The corruption is complete. So I went ahead and made a new menu item since we can't get our hands on ingredients these days and customers love it. Its name you ask? Monster flavored condensed pasta with a fair dollop of mystery sauce. Well, that's what it was called until Nono made me change it. Now it's Nature Breeze pasta with emerald sauce. Personally, I feel the name I gave it some charm. I wonder what she didn't like about it. But whatever, all I gotta do is keep making dishes that'll make customers happy. And then one day, I'll become the kind of chef they put in magazines. And I'll be a hit with the cougars. That's how I know I'll be living the good life. He wants the older women to love him, okay. Nature, oh, we can make it ourselves. I like the original name. Can we have it in the original name? Or maybe the failure version is called that. I can't help but worry about how Saltio will handle coming up with new ideas on his own. But as long as Nono was there to steer him in the right direction, it'll probably be alright. I'm just so happy I'll be here to watch the next generation for this cafe, live and in person. I don't plan on retiring just yet, but I always enjoy to watch the next generation come into their own. To think the city would feel so wide open and free without the EDF. At the end of the day, we Crossbellans have got to be the ones to protect our city. Now to enjoy my coffee. I kind of fancy cooking that now. Oh, it's the one before. Nice. Who do you think's the best at this? Trying to look at who might just randomly cook this. It says Breeze, so surely... Oh, it's not Gaius.
If you're sure, yeah. I'll cook. It's edible.
It's edible? It's just big HP recovery and absorb as well?
I'll handle this. The expected result.
Maybe it's something about the nature part of it.
Then allow
Laura?
me to cook something up.
Laura cuts monsters up.
I'm proud how this came out.
Nightly pescatore. Right, maybe a bad one, someone.
I got this covered. Huh? I made something.
Rubber band pasta you made. The hard genkotsu ramen.
I'd love to
Ramen.
cook for you. I take back what I said.
You made perpetual ramen? How did that happen?
Let's give this a try. I think it's exquisite.
Well, I got them
How
both
about
straight
you?
away. It's Nord Noodles was made. Lucky, I guess. I went with the person who was like, probably you because of where it's from. Well, our two newest recipes have been done. They are sorted. So let's continue the patrol. Now, do you two love people still? Is it just me or are like people like legit hating on Rufus right now? I thought we were all really into Lucas right here. I guess people don't like all the stuff he's been doing. People can hate on him all they want. I still hit it. Girl, please, not if I get him in first. Look at that, you're so popular. It's certainly interesting to hear. Would you two ladies escort me? The worst part about being Rufus's #1 fan is no one is ever like gets him as much as me, you know? Like no one, like ever. Hello, Earth to Rufus, busting out a weapon that crazy is a little too gross. Rufus busting out his weapon, what? Like Tilly. Lenely. I know I'm Erebonian, but to be honest, I like the idea of Crossbell paving the way to a united continent. But now that I really think about it, it was very foolish of me. Did I learn nothing from the war? It's so embarrassing. There's nothing worse than oppressing others through force. I can't believe I even sided with the Supreme Leader for a minute. I know we're no longer under occupation, but things still feel pretty touch and go. Oh well, all I can do in a situation like this is keep selling food to people who are looking to buy, you know? If I get myself too wound up about things I can't change, I won't even have time for my own business. You can't. Hot chili pecky! Those really all the ingredients? I feel like there was more ingredients in past games, that's just it. Oh, and unfortunately sneak away into Crossbell under these circumstances. You really never know what you'll get with Patiri. But I digress. I just need to focus on what I can contribute to this mess. You digress, do you? My wife was invited to help with making emergency provisions, and after talking her through with Neston, we figured out a way to offer her out food for cheap. I love my job. I was so surprised when Patiri came running here from Erebonia, and here I was sitting here moping about the future while she was out there making a future happen. I'm a little ashamed. I should take a page out of her book and put in the work to carve out my own future. Aren't you doing that by working here? This Patiri, wasn't it? Thank you so much. I never expected you to get in contact with workshops and our partner stores in Erebonia. Don't mention it. Too bad I wasn't able to get in contact with all of them. I just wanted to help the department store and Cynthia as much as I could. Regardless, we are truly in your debt. Eric told me much about you, but now I see just how much initiative you have. You think, well, I'm a gal who gets things done. Well, if isn't Machias and his little friends. Don't go eavesdropping on me when I'm talking about my heroic exploits. You know we weren't trying to, though it's good to hear your job at the department store is going well. Thanks, that place has looked out for me, so it's only fair that I pay my dues. Oh, and I already got my worker's visa renewed, so I ain't going anywhere. I hear Cargo's doing some part-time work while looking for something permanent. So nothing's really changed for us two. We're still both finding our ways in life. Best of all, we can still get together and catch up over some good grub. Mackis' treat. I sure hope the Accountability Inspectorate pays him a good salary. Well, as long as you're hanging in there, that's what matters. We're not completely out of the woods yet when it comes to the tower incident, so take care of yourselves. I don't need a goody two-shoes like you to tell me that. You guys stick to your guns too, you hear? You'll take best care of the business. You best take care of the business, yeah, sure. And if you need a good pep talk, I've got some smacks and knuckle sandwiches here with your names on them. I mixed up that sentence myself. Patiri is an incredible young lady now, isn't she? She's always quick to take the initiative. I'll need to kick myself into high gear with her around. Manjin Neston feels like he's losing out to Patiri.